Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Mostly From Scratch. I am your host Mr. Munchies, and this is part 3 of the 4-part series of the smoked ribs, homemade coleslaw, and homemade cornbread. So right now I'm going to show you how to make the cornbread. What we have as far as ingredients, we have 1 cup of all-purpose flour, 1 cup of finely ground yellow cornmeal, a half a cup of sugar. We have 1 egg, 1 cup of milk, and we will be using 1/2 teaspoon of salt and 1/2 tablespoon of baking powder. So let's get our ingredients together. In the bowl I'm going to put my flour, my cornmeal, sugar. Oh, and there's the oven, it's up to temp. I'm going to add my 1/2 teaspoon of salt. And my 1/2 tablespoon of baking powder. Your baking powder is your leavener. And I'm going to take my whisk and combine these dry ingredients so we don't have any lumps of anything in any of our cornbread muffins. I'm going to be making mini muffins. Alright, so that looks good. We got all our dry ingredients incorporated. Now we're going to whisk our egg a little bit. And it looks like I got an eggshell in there. Don't want any eggshells in there. Okay, took care of the eggshell. Whisk our egg up a little bit. Add our milk. Whisk that together. And then add it to our dry ingredients. Okay, I'm going to use a fork to mix this together. You see this? It's almost the consistency of maybe thick waffle batter, pancake batter. Alright, so now that we've got this mixed together, what we want to do is let it rest for anywhere from 7 to 10 minutes. That way it gives the cornmeal time to open up and soak up some of the moisture. That way when you make your cornbread or corn muffins, you don't have basically a gritty muffin. Your cornmeal will still be hard if you were to put it right in the oven right now. It really doesn't give the cornmeal time to soak up the moisture and open up a little bit. So we're going to let that set, and then I'll be back when the time is up. In the meanwhile, I'm going to prep my pan, and I'm going to chop up some jalapenos because I'm going to make a couple of plain, and I'm going to make some with jalapenos in it. So we'll be right back. Alright, here we are at the 10-minute mark. I'm going to go ahead and use my little mini muffin pan here and put some mix in there. I'm going to fill this just about to the top of each cup. Whoops. And these are going to go in a 425 degree oven for about 10 to 12 minutes. A large muffin would go in for roughly 15 to 20 minutes. And if you're going to do a whole loaf, I would say 20 to 25 minutes, maybe even a little bit longer, depending on what your loaf pan's made out of. But you can check it the same way you check a cake and stick a toothpick in it, see if it's done. Now I'm going to take some of this in another bowl, and I'm going to add my jalapenos to it. I got some chopped jalapenos here. They're just the ones out of the jar. I just chopped them up. Throw those in there. Mix that around a little bit. See that? Where's the lens? Here we go. And fill those up right to the rim. That is a lot of jalapeno. Okay, so I'll probably take the rest of this, and I've got a little silicone loaf pan here that I'll probably just make a loaf out of as well, just so we don't waste anything. Alright, so these are going to go in the oven, like I said, at 425 degrees for about 10 to 15 minutes. Alright, so that'll do it for this episode. Make sure you watch the next part, which will be part 4, and that'll be the part where we're putting everything on the plate. Alright, so that's it for now.